Yes, my dear friends, welcome back to the channel. Very good day to you guys all out there, wherever you are on the globe, on the continent of Africa, in Europe, in America, Canada, Australia, or right here in Southeast Asia. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a beautiful hot afternoon, and look, we are about to go into our preview. Chelsea Wolves, or Wolves Chelsea, because it's an away game. So it's Wolves versus Chelsea. Wolverhampton Wanderers versus Chelsea. Ladies and gentlemen, now our preview coming up by this time. Somebody will ask, why so late? Why do we normally do a preview 4 hours to a game when others are doing preview like yesterday? Look, my understanding of preview is about the game that is coming up. So the game that is coming up today, I don't see why I must do a preview yesterday. I'm not saying those who are doing it yesterday are wrong or 24 hours before then are wrong. I just felt that preview of the game has to be done hours to the game so that you have the real facts go into the game in your memory, ladies and gentlemen. Now, before I go into that, I want to say this. I watched Real Madrid game last weekend, the El Clasico versus Barcelona, and some incident took place. Vinicius Jr. was substituted, and he reacted about the substitution. When I watch it, on a first thought, I'm like, this guy, he doesn't respect his teammates. My first thought. But on the second thought, I began to analyze it, and it took me how many days now trying to analyze the whole deal. Listen, guys. Today, I read in the news, in social media, that he came to apologize. The player himself, Vinicius Jr., came to apologize to the team, the teammates, the fans, and everyone, including the president. This is what he said. Today, I want to apologize to all the Madridistas for my reaction when I was substituted in the Clasico. Just as I have already done in person during today's training, I also want to apologize again to my teammates, the club, and the president. Sometimes passion gets the better of me because I always want to win and help my team. Yes. My competitive character stems from the love I feel for this club and everything it represents. I promise to keep fighting every second for the good of Real Madrid, as I have done since the first day. That is the apology from Vinicius Jr. Now, whilst thinking about this, should apology be accepted? Yes. Why? My personal opinion I want to bring out to you right now. You see, in a big game like El Clasico, no player wants to be substituted. A player like Vinicius Jr., that is not as if he was performing badly. And at that moment, Madrid was winning. If you were in his position, I always like to put myself in someone else's shoes. You would react badly. You will not remember at that moment that you have teammates on a bench that equally need some minutes on a pitch. To have it as part of their record, you will not remember. All you want is to continue to fight for the badge and to win. And that is what got the best out of him. You see, my challenge was when he walked down the tunnel. He didn't, but luckily enough, he still came back. He walked down the tunnel to the, and he still came back. So, guys, and look, for me, I think the desire to continue playing got the best out of him. I mean, got the worst out of him. His reaction wasn't good. It showed disrespect to his teammates. But I want Madridistas to see it from another angle. Put yourself in his position, in his shoes. Yes. Now, what football maestro that we all love, Toni Kroos, has this to say on the reaction. He said, when you play an exceptional game, especially in a game like this, you are not happy. I never like being replaced either. Toni Kroos says he never liked being replaced either. Yes, but to be fair, I have never gone straight to the locker room afterwards. That's after being substituted. But well, he came back. Vinicius Jr. came back. He said, you can always judge from the outside, but I like to keep in mind that in reality, no one except those who are there in that situation, in a Clasico in front of 80,000 people with the score line at 2-1, knows that one wants everything but to be subbed up or subbed out. Said nobody wants to be subbed out when in terms of Clasico in front of 80,000 capacity, when your team is winning and you are enjoying the game. He said that emotion, no one who judges can imagine it. Or often, most of those who judge, it simply can't put themselves in Vini's place. This is another footballer that we all respect saying it. We know the player has an attitude. But I want Madridistas to see from that angle that I'm seeing it, and the angle that Toni Kroos is seeing it from. At that moment, when he's also enjoyed the game, when they were leading, they were winning, in front of 8,000 capacity. Guys, let's move on to Chelsea. It is our preview. Vinicius Junior to Chelsea. Chelsea fans, do you want him? Vinicius Junior to Chelsea. Chelsea fans, do you want him? Now, let's get straight out to our preview. Quickly, in 5 minutes, I'm done. Or 4 minutes even. Tonight, yes, 7:45 p.m., Wolverhampton Wanderers versus Chelsea in EFL Cup. Recent form for both clubs. Chelsea versus Wolves, or Wolves versus Chelsea. Recent form for both clubs. Wolves won only one game in the last 5 matches. Wolverhampton Wanderers won 1, drew 2, and lost 2. They won 1, drew 2, and lost 2 in their last 5 games. While Chelsea won 4 and lost 1 in the last 5 games. The last we lost was against Sunderland last weekend. So we won 4 and lost 1 in our last 5 games. Head to head for both teams. Head to head. It's interesting enough to know that in our last 5 meetings, both clubs played 5 games. In our last 5 meetings, Wolves won 2, Chelsea won 2, and there was 1 draw. I'm saying it again. In our last 5 meetings, Wolves won 2, Chelsea won 2, and there was 1 draw in our last 5 meetings. Now, how did it happen? The last time we met, Chelsea won 3-1. But that is not all. I want to give you the full breakdown. Our last meeting was on 21st January this year. Chelsea won 3-1 against Wolves. Then, before then, in the Premier League last year, we won 6-2 against Wolves in August 2024. 6-2. Chelsea won 6-2 against them. Before then, Chelsea lost 6-4 to Wolves on 4th February 2024. And we also lost 2-1 to them on 24th December 2023. So you can see it clearly. The books is balanced in the last 5 meetings of both clubs. Even if you want to go to records, head-to-head, all competitions, guys, Chelsea and Wolves played 119 games together. 119 games in all competitions since the inception of Chelsea Wolves, right? 119 games. Chelsea won 46. They withdrew 30 with Wolves and lost 43. Means that they won 43 times. So it's only 3 times Chelsea won against them. Only 3 times Chelsea won against Wolves. Ladies and gentlemen, what does that tell you? It means that this is an old foe, an old enemy. This is an old enemy that always stands tall whenever they meet Chelsea. Remember, tonight we are in their home. We are playing away. Yeah, it is what it is. We are playing away. And let me tell you this before I run up. 2 minutes. Chelsea look to back our recent disappointments with a win against Wolves, right? But I want to remind you, a win tonight will take us to the quarter-final of the Carabao Cup. Quarter-final of the Carabao Cup. A win tonight will take us to the quarter-final of the Carabao Cup. Yes. So a failure to win tonight, we are out. Put that at the back of your mind. A win tonight, we are in the quarterfinals. Can we win it or not? Should I give you my predicted lineup? Let's get into it. Tonight, Philip Jurgensen starts in the goalpost. Josh Achampong starting the game tonight, center back, alongside Trevor Chalobah once again. Two center backs. On my left side, Hacho starts. Cucurella, I would prefer to bench him. Hacho starts instead of Cucurella. Yes, Cucurella needed rest again. We need him against Tottenham. So I'll start Hacho, Gerald Hacho, Josh Achampong, and Trevor Chalobah. Now in midfield, that's 3 back. In midfield, I'll partner our captain Reece James alongside Caicedo, double pivot. In front of them will be Romeo Lavia. In front of them will be Romeo Lavia. So it means that I have 3 at the back, 2 pivots, plus Romeo Lavia. That is 6, right? Plus the goalkeeper, 7. Yes. Now, on my right side, I'll start Estaval. Once I start Estaval on my right side, I'll start João Pedro, number 10. And on my left, Garnacho starts. That is 10. Delap is fit. I'll go with Delap in tonight's game. 11 players. The scoreline, it's an away game. 2-1. Chelsea win 2-1 against Wolves. I'll see you guys all after the game for my reaction. Shalom and peace.